What is going on, everybody, and welcome to a brand new video on my channel. My name is Sean, aka Elite, and today I've got the top 15 rated players from Ligue 1, which is the top French division. Now, in this video, there are 13 out of 15 players that are PSG players. I could almost name this video top 15 PSG players, and it would be barely different, but there are two players that are not from PSG in this list, and I want you to comment down below who you think those two players are, and do not cheat. I want to see how many of you guys can get that right. So comment down below which two players in this video in the top 15 in the ratings are not from PSG. And let's go ahead and hop into the rankings. If you've been enjoying the videos and the rating predictions on a daily basis, make sure to drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you are new for more FIFA 22 content. First up, we've got Mauro Icardi, who's going to get a -1, or actually a -2 on his card, going from 85 to 83 rated. His card doesn't look too great because he is also getting a -4 pace downgrade from 73 to 69. I mean, 73 wasn't that good in the first place, and it's going even further down. We'll see how much time he gets this year. He started pretty hot, actually, in Ligue 1 this year, but he's not actually going to probably stay in the system, I'd assume, with Messi and Neymar and Mbappe all being options up top. I mean, how much time is Icardi actually going to get? I'm not sure. There are actually a couple other 83s I left out of this video. That's Lopez from Lyon, and Bernat possibly could get an 83 rated again at left back for PSG. Those are the only two other options at number 15, but I didn't want to have it top 17, so that's why. It's top 15, I just left those two out. Next up, we've got Prisnel Kimpembe, who's going from 81 to 83, so kind of evening out. Icardi got a -2. We got Kimpembe with a +2, and the card looks pretty solid. And once I show you his partner in crime later in this video, who is Marquinhos, these two cards are pretty sick, and I think that they could really link well together. Obviously, they're going to get a green link being on the same club, but with those stats, and you'll see Marquinhos' card and why I like it so much, we could see that as a pretty dynamic duo down at center back this year, especially because there's also a couple of goalkeeper options from PSG this year as well. Achraf Hakimi is moving from Inter Milan to Paris Saint-Germain because apparently they didn't have enough players to play right wing. And I think he's going to get a +1. Obviously, Inter Milan won the league last year. Hakimi was a big part in that system. He had quite a few goals, quite a few assists. He's moved more into attacking position than what he was at Dortmund a couple of years ago, where he played more of a wing back. So I think he's going to stay as a right mid, if not a right wing. But I don't think he's going to be a right back or a right wing back, although I think the card would probably be used more as a fullback because the pace and the well-balanced stats work well at fullback. I think that you really need higher shooting for a winger, so it's tough to kind of tell if Hakimi is going to be used too much this year, but he is going to get a +1. He is on PSG now, so he gets some pretty sick links, and he's going to come at 13 on this list. Did you guess this guy at the beginning of the video in the comments? MAIGNAN at 84 rating. He's going to be either 83 or 84 rating this year. I think he deserves an 84. LOSC Lille had an unbelievable year last year. They ended up winning the league, which is not something that I expected to be saying in this video, but yeah, they beat PSG for the league last year, which is pretty insane. Maignan, I honestly don't know how to pronounce the last name, so if I got any French viewers, let me know. But he's going to get a +2. I think he definitely deserves it. I think he's kind of becoming one of those top goalkeepers in the world, kind of entering into the top 10 in my opinion, and definitely should be on your radar. Probably is on a lot of big clubs' radar. But he's going to stay at Lille for this season, at least until the winter transfer window, I assume for the full year. WIJNALDUM is going to stay at 85 rated in my opinion, although he could go down to 84 rated because actually in the FIFA and career mode database, he is 84 rated right now, which means that he's maybe going to get a downgrade, even though I think he was one of Liverpool's better players last year, and he has played almost every game for Liverpool in the last 5 years in the league. So I think that is at least something to keep note of when you're predicting this rating. So I don't think he deserves a downgrade. Obviously, Liverpool didn't have a perfect year last year in comparison to how good they were the 2 years before that, but I think WIJNALDUM still performed well. I think he's criticized a lot for the fact that he doesn't pass forward quite as much as a lot of people would like him to. So maybe he'll get a -1. I think he should stay at an 85 rating, and the card's pretty well balanced with no stats below 75. Next up, we've got Wissam Ben Yedder. He got an upgrade last year from 83 to 84, and then this season, I think he went off much better than he did in the year before, where he already got an upgrade. So in my book, that's another upgrade. +1 to his card, going to 85 rating, and that's the second card that's going to be in this list that's not a PSG player, which means the rest of the top 10 are all PSG players. Ben Yedder's card is going to get a little bit of a pace downgrade, kind of getting the return stats in the physical, because he's going from like 62 to 69 in physicality. So he's not going to be as sweaty as he once was in FIFA, but still a decent card and definitely a deserved upgrade, scraping into the top 10 for our rankings. Verratti was a tough one because there are some shouts for maybe a -1. He definitely didn't have as great of a season last year in the league as he has in previous years, but he also did make a great run with Italy in Euros and ended up winning Euros. So I think he probably at least deserves to stay the same rating next year. He definitely isn't going to get an upgrade, but I think 86 is perfectly fair. Unfortunately, this card is never really that good in FIFA gameplay, and a lot of that comes down to the pace. You can't really use it at CDM because he's not fast enough or strong enough. You can't really use it at center attacking mid because he doesn't have enough shooting. So he's really a pure center mid. He's got good dribbling, good passing, okay defense, but it just doesn't translate well to FIFA gameplay, as great of a player in real life that he may be. Next up, we've got Angel Di Maria, and the highlight of his last year is definitely scoring the winning goal in that 1-0 win against Brazil in the Copa America final, which gets him an international trophy along with Lionel Messi, who obviously is going to be later in this video. I think he's going to hold the same rating. It's going to be tough to see how much he's going to be used by Pochettino. Obviously, he's got the advantage of being Argentinian, and so is Pochettino, but so is Messi, and they play the exact same position, and the only thing I can think of right now is right wing, Argentina, PSG, Di Maria. Now you know why I got so excited with the KIMPEMBE card earlier, because Marquinhos' card looks awesome. He's got 77 pace, 88 defense, 79 physicality. Those are really good stats for a center back, along with the fact that he can distribute pretty well too. 75 passing, 72 dribbling. That is a good center back no matter what the meta ends up being, and he's going to get a +2 going into the next season. I've mentioned Donnarumma in one of my transfer videos last week, but Donnarumma is actually going to be one of the sickest goalkeepers to use this year because of those links to Marquinhos and Kimpembe. I think he's actually going to be pretty usable because of the fact that he's going to get a +2 upgrade from 85 to 87. He's going to have good stats, obviously, and it really comes down to, is he good in gameplay? Because sometimes goalkeepers higher rated are better, but sometimes Jack Butland, a 78 rated goalkeeper from Burnley, ends up being the best goalkeeper in the game, and you kind of have to adjust to that. So we'll see on what the meta is for goalkeepers next year, but nonetheless, I think I'm going to try to get these guys in my starter team. I want to go PSG this year, which I've never done before, any Ligue 1 starter teams, but I really want to try to go PSG this year and build around these guys because there's just so many options and it's so easy to link them together. Next up, we've got Sergio Ramos, who went from 11 goals last year to 2 goals this year. Yes, he is one of the highest scoring center backs of all time, but it's going to be tough for him to hold an 89 rating, especially given the fact that Real Madrid had a pretty bad year, and he didn't score nearly as many goals, although most of those the year before were penalties. It's still going to affect his rating, especially in that shooting category. His card's still going to be very good, and when it comes to center backs on PSG, here's another option. He's going to be a little bit more expensive than the other ones. Maybe Marquinhos will be more expensive because he does have a little bit more pace, but in return, you've got way more physicality on Ramos and the same amount of distribution skills here. So many options to go with at PSG's defense. I'm actually very excited. It kind of sucks to see Navas kind of get replaced again. He got replaced at Real Madrid with Courtois. He got replaced now at PSG with Donnarumma, and it's unfortunate because he had a good season. And I think he's going to get a +2. I think he's one of the most underrated goalkeepers, maybe most underrated players of our generation. What a goalkeeper he has been. And it's not like he's ridiculously old yet either. He's still got a lot of left in his tank, so I don't know if he's going to request a transfer, if he's just going to split time with Donnarumma. I don't know what the plan is for Navas, but 89 rating on his card this year. That's pretty spectacular. Coming in at number 3 is Kylian Mbappe at 90 rating. I think he'll stay the same rating. I haven't been as impressed with Mbappe this year as I was the last couple of years before that, but he is still so young, and he's already 90 rated. He is a spectacular player. There's no doubt about it. 27 goals and 7 assists last season. That's still great. He didn't have a great run with France, but to be fair, France didn't have a good run. So it's not just his fault there, and I think he deserves to still be 90 rating. I don't think he deserves a downgrade, especially with how young he is and the potential that he has to continue to go up in rating. I think 90 is perfectly fair. Next up, we've got Neymar Jr. Now, there are shouts for him to go to 90 rated instead of 91, but I absolutely couldn't do that. I know he didn't really put up too many stats in the league last year, but in the Champions League, he went off. I mean, he was maybe the best player of the tournament. He was very, very good, and on his day, I mean, he's the best player on the pitch. I think when him and Mbappe are on the pitch at the same time, you can tell Neymar is a level above, and that really comes with his experience. But he is an absolutely unbelievable player. Obviously made the finals of Copa America as Brazil's best player, and I think if Brazil ended up winning that tournament, he would have been player of the tournament instead. So I think that Neymar Jr. definitely should stay at 91 rating. I understand why people might think he deserves a -1, but I definitely couldn't do it. And finally, we've got the guy who is on track to probably win his 7th Ballon d'Or this year, Lionel Messi. What an unbelievable transfer. I think that shook the entire football world when he left Barcelona for PSG this year. And obviously he didn't want to, but he's going to absolutely tear up this league. It's really not fair to have Messi, Mbappe, and Neymar up top. A lot of people are saying that's the best front three of all time. I think Neymar, Suarez, and Messi up top might have been a little bit better, but let's be real. That is unbelievable, and they really have no excuse at this point. They've got to end up winning Champions League. Messi has no more to prove, but he's definitely going to be pressured by PSG to prove something for them, because PSG still have never won a Champions League, and I think that's what they're looking to do this year. Thank you guys so much for watching another video on the channel. It has been a grind already. I think we're 8 days into uploading a video every single day until the end of the year. So if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe to the channel. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.